That's fine. All right, so I'm going to need to go to where we're making this box. All right, if you are picking up on this recording, sorry for the cutout. I had been doing everything with my microphone muted, so that's why it looks different. That's a bummer. We could go back and just redo the whole thing, but we're not going to do that. All right, sorry for those of you watching the recording. You should have the first half of the video as well. I'll do that during my plan. All right, GCFs, please. And? Good, and? And? Where does all of that go? Look at where we are on this problem. Where does all of that stuff go? Numerator, good word on that. So it's going to go right here. So 1, x minus 7, x plus 3. What's that?
You're still muted.
No, that one's muted. This one's not. This one's not muted. That was where, because it's picking up my audio on my iPad. So I thought at least. All right, now we do need to do the denominator. Tell me a little bit about the denominator, please. Okay. Also box it. Yep. What's the GCF on that one? Okay, so I'll put it right here. The GCF is 1, which does not change a problem. Okay, since what is the indicator that this is a box problem? X squared. What is AC? That is correct. What is B on this one? Very good. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only ones that works are 1 and 3. What happens if you divide by 1? God bless you. What happens if you divide by 1? Yes, right. -9, add to negative. It's 3 and -3. That's how you get your 0. What goes in your top left of your box? What goes in your bottom right? What goes in the other ones? Good. And those have X's. What are your GCFs? And the other one? And positive. Good. Where does that information go? Good. That's right. The common factors of x plus 3 cancel out. Your final answer will be 1 with x minus 7 and what won't the keystones have? Yep, and since the ones won't be there, there we go. All right, number 5, fill in the missing steps. What did they do for you first? How did they do this step? They distributed, okay? And it was distributed correctly. Now, what would the next step be if we were to solve this? What's missing? And how would I move should we move the 6 to the left or should we move the 14 to the right? How do we move the 14? Good. And what do we get if we add 14? Start on the left. Good. Now I'm going to scroll down a little more. What would the next step be? Good. Add the 6x. And that's how they got 12x. And that's how they got 20. So if the keystones are asking for the missing step, this blue highlight would be the missing step. However, they might have moved the x first. I wonder if I should just show you that. If you guys have that written down, that's fine. But let me just show you one other thing, just in case they do something different. Watch. We decided to add 14. Couldn't we have added 6x first, though? So we could have got 12x minus 14 equals 6. That might also be the answer. So you just have to be able to move it around. Yeah, and then that would get you to the other step. So I want to make sure you guys know, like, they might have something different. Doesn't mean you're necessarily wrong. Are we okay? Word problem. Carter has a box of socks. I was literally in here with a Carter and I was like, Carter, I need to make a problem. And then he had on socks. So I was like, I'm going to make a problem about socks and you're going to own side. When I have to make up word problems, they're not pretty. I can't say because I'm being recorded. Carter has a box of socks. Some of the socks sell for $2 each. The rest of the socks sell for $6 each. Oh, let's refocus, okay? What happens is you guys, you let me read a word problem, you're totally zoned out, and then you pretend to understand what's happening. So let's try again. Carter has a box of socks. Some of the socks are $2 each. The rest of the socks are $6 each. The total cost is $66. Write an equation. Who has an equation for me? Okay, equals 66. That's the first part of your equation. You guys got some more for me in here? Okay, so we can do 2y plus, there we go, good. Now, it says there are 9 socks that are $2. What does 9 go in for? That is correct. Okay, so I'm going to 2, 9 plus 6x. All right, so everything came down except for the y coming into a 9. Now, this is basic solving. You guys know how to solve this. At least I think you do, unless I don't know you at all. There we go. And next, what do we get? I don't know either. Take away 20, add 2, 48. 48? I think it is 48. Divide by 6. Now, something I'm going to do right here. Why am I shrinking this down to fit in the box? What am I trying to indicate? That you guys remember, they won't grade anything outside of the box. If this is open-ended and you go outside of that box, they will not grade it. Stay consistent, probably. Just, it's like one of those stupid rules. Okay. No, that you're fine. That'd be okay. So what does 8 represent? I don't even know. What was 8? What is x? Be able to interpret your answer. What is x? Look at your equation. What is x? No. That's how many. Yes. That's right. 8 socks. I'm sorry. That were $6. That's what that represents. Okay, cool. Now let's go to the next one. That's right. You have to always go back. Yeah. Okay, graph them and state the solution. If this is multiple choice. Kayla, do you remember what this was, multiple choice? Did they have 4 graphs and they had to pick the right graph? I can't remember now. Okay. I think that's what it is. I think they gave you 4 graphs and you had to pick the right one. Okay, let's do this top one in blue. Who remembers how to graph that top equation?
Basically, put a dot on 2.
Put a dot on 2. Now, you say dot on 2. Does that mean here or here?
Y-axis.
The second here, the y-axis, yes.
And then
4 graphs. Thank you, hon.
go down 1 into the right 2.
Down 1. Oh, you know what? That's for this bottom problem. Down 1, right 1.
Right 1.
They won't be that squished on the keystones. Please pay attention.
I thought it was the right one.
Oh, yeah, I think, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to listen to talkies over here and they're distracting me.
You can also go up 1 to the left.
That's good. You've got this. Okay, so 2 and then 1, 1, 1, 1. Do you guys remember, always put the most dots in your first line? Okay. Yep, I will. I'm going to connect first, but yeah, you guys will not have colors on the keystones. So I would maybe just write like line, if you're really wanting to do a good job, maybe like write line 1 on it, since you won't have colors or anything. Is this one shaded? I'm going to test your vocabulary. Why not? Because it's not an, do you know why? It's not an, what was that? Inequality. Very good. Very good word. Very good. That's why. Okay, it's an equation and inequality. What should I do on that one? Go. Okay. The slope was negative 2/3. How do I do that? Good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm getting further away. What do I do if I'm getting further away? Good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Not quite. 1, 2, 1, 2. There it is. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be annoying with my counting.
No, I'll
Okay, I thought you were like mocking me. That is negative 6, 8. What might they do to you in the Keystones? What is it? They might have what? You might do everything perfect. They might have this. Be careful. It's X then Y. Good. Does anybody need more time on this graph? I need to give you guys equations that are not in y equals. Kayla, as we move along, the more we practice, we're going to do the same types of problems, but we're going to make it harder. Like on number 7, they won't be, we'll have to give them some that aren't in y equals mx plus b. Like we'll give them like 2x plus 4, y equals 16, something like that. Those are actually easier for us to write, by the way. Yeah. Yes. Nope. How many school days? Okay. So today's date, we have 29 left. Once we get to those keystones, though, look, it is just going to fly by. We'll probably review for 2 days to your final, maybe 3 or 4 days to your final. Take your final on the 6th and the 5th, or on the 25th and the 20, whatever that says up there. It's 20% of your overall grade. So whatever you get on the grade. If you have a B in the class, you can get a 0 in the final. Okay? But if you have like a 66 in here and you don't pass your final, you don't pass the class. That's how it is. I think there's maybe a couple in danger depending on how much they slack off on their final. Okay. Bob, I want to just apologize for these problems. Okay, sorry. Bob will buy glue bottles. I looked beside me. There's a giant glue bottle beside me. This is how my mind works. He's going to buy a total of 35 glue bottles and 2.5 times as many small glue bottles as large glue bottles. The graph below shows the number of large glue bottles, X, and the number of... Hey, can you make this say small? I'm sorry, this word should say small. Kayla, will you email me? Will you say number 8, small is X? Thank you. No, small. Change that. I'm sorry, Kayla. Will you email me and say the otherwise? I want you to say small is Y. That's my bad, guys. Okay, can you guys change this word large to the word small? Sorry. Yeah, small is Y. That's what I did on the x-axis. That was my bad. Okay. Now let's go ahead and move on. Write a statement describing the point of intersection. What does intersection mean? Where they cross. Can anybody make me a statement about this? Good. What I like you're doing, you're saying they count by 5s. That's very important. This. Okay. It intersects at 10:25. Good. And that's just what he bought. So you can that is what he bought. So because he bought regular 25. He bought 10. What was 10? Good. And 25. I'm hoping that in the multiple choice, that's what they ask you, and you're good to go, and you can just move on. However, let's say you had to make the equation. What is this? He will buy a total of 35. What is that as an equation? Okay, so it's going to equal 35. What equals 35? There it is. Good. That is a skill that's improving immensely. What about this statement? This is the hardest statement, I think, of the entire day. It's 2.5 times something. It's either, here, it's one of these. Wait, hold on. I want to do it right. Okay, be careful. It's one of those. What was small? Small was Y. It is, no. It's saying, which one do you have more of? Which one do you have more of? You have more Y's? That's right. That's because you have to multiply your X's by 2.5. That's how I do it. I have more small glue bottles, 2.5, as many as my large. So that's hard. You absolutely could. Yeah, I could change. You know what? If I think about it, I will do that. When I make you a new one, I'll do that on number 6. I'll say something about like a large glue bottle has 10 ounces, a small glue bottle has 5 ounces. We bought a total of 20 or 59 ounces or something like that. And then I can say how many, and I can make you have your equations. That would actually be, that's actually a perfect example. That's a perfect example for tomorrow. I don't have tomorrow's notes done. I'll put that in tomorrow's notes. All right, number 9, graph this inequality. Tell me a little bit about this. Can somebody name it? Give me a name. Show me that your names have improved. That is an absolute value problem. How many answers? 2 answers. Good. What is the first one? What about the other one? Is this an and or an or problem? That's hard to remember. That is an and. Yep, less than and. Okay. Let's solve them. You guys are so good at solving these. I have no hesitation now. Ooh, Kayla, when we do this, they're going to do this again on Wednesday. When they do this on Wednesday, let's change that to be a negative inside our absolute value so they have to flip their sign because they'll divide by a negative. Does that make sense? So this is number 9. That won't be until Wednesday. It'll be Keystone day 5. Nope, that'll be day 5, sweetie. We'll work on that tomorrow. All right, folks. Subtract 5. Yes, 8. Tell me a little bit more, not just 8. Tell me a little more. Good. A little more. This is because I was rushing. You're going to get a decimal. I think it's 2.67. Okay, good. We can take care of that. That's not a big deal. It's fine. We'll just use a decimal. We'll be okay. All right, let's do the other one. What to both sides? Not plus 5. I think you knew that. And 3x. Tell me about, good. Thank you for that sign. Divide by. What is that? Do I flip my sign? Good. Only if you divide by a negative. Let's shrink that down. Whoa. Let's try again, Amy. Do you guys feel like it was easier this time than it was last time? Is it getting easier the more we do it or not? A little bit? I mean, you guys are answering better. What should I put in the middle? I think 0 is a good, yeah. Well, what do you guys think we should count by? I think that'll work. 3, 4, I gotta go down to -6. I'll go down to -7. You will not have to hand draw these. I think these will be multiple choice and you'll have 4 graphs to pick from. Open or closed? Yes. Open. So 2.67 is like here-ish. What about, and the -6 is here. 2.67, which way does it run? To the left? Which way does the -6 go? Are we looking for overlap or not overlap? We are looking for overlap, an and problem. So that's just going to be connected here to here. They are going to have a darkened graph. That's still on the board. Nope, not that one. Find the keystones, Amy. God bless you. You're very welcome. These are just item samplers. They're not actually the tests. There, right there. This is what, do you guys see? This is what it will look like. You'll just have to pick the right one. I think it's good for you guys to see this is what it's going to look like. Yeah. And that will be that, except it will be on the number line. All right. Last one. Is this an absolute value? Yes or no? That is not an absolute value. So it's just going to be one answer. What do we have to do first? Distribute. Okay, so the left stays. What sign is that? That is a great. Okay, sorry. I should have given you a moment. I'm sorry. Now what? Good. Now what do you guys want to do? Hey, let's move the 2x. How do we move the 2x? Plus 2x. Negative 1x is good. Tell me more. Okay, keep going. Tell me a little more about the front. It's actually negative. Okay. Now what? Oh, good. This is the first time. Okay, why did we flip our sign? That could very well happen on the keystones. I would be surprised if it didn't. So I'm not sure. I'm very interested to ask you guys this question. My daughter, she's like actually very nervous about going into school today. Like last night, she had a hard time falling asleep because this is also her first time taking a state test. They're doing her PSSAs today. She's in 3rd grade. Are you guys nervous or you do not care? Okay. Well, I guess I want to tell you guys the same thing I told her. I was like, sweetie, like, you have learned what you've learned. Now's your time to just go show them. Like, what you get is what you do your best. Don't go in there and blow it. Like, just go in there, do your best, and whatever you get, you get. Okay? And I mean that for you guys too. Like, don't blow it off, please. Please don't blow it off. Just do your best. That's it. Okay. I'll just put 16 in the middle because who cares? Open or closed. And goes to the, yeah. Obviously, I want you guys to do your best because not only is it just a reflection on the school, it's a reflection personally on me, like on my, and I get a personal rating for you guys. So like what you get on your keystones is a personal rate, goes on my personal rating form. So do I care if you pass? I care if you do your best. If you do your best and you don't pass, okay. Okay, that's fine. Just do your best. Okay. That's that. And I can stop the recording. How do I do that? Go back here, stop my recording. I think that's it. And I'll get the homework posted. That was fast. Do you guys realize how much faster that was than before? Maybe you don't. I don't know. It was a lot faster than before. Okay, how do I help me with my recording here? Recording, stop recording. Stop.